Hello, Gwenters, and welcome back for another episode of Gone Gwenting. Today is Squirrel Saturday, and we are going to be covering a deck I call Handbuff Pointslam. Basically, this is going to be running Glais, Sheldon Skaggs, and it is also going to be carrying a few other boosted characters. Hamadryad, Mahakam Defender, Hawker Smuggler is going to boost them, Dunk is going to boost them. And then we finally get Call of Harmony here, so we can get out an 8-point card in either Fav or Dunka or Gord. And I think the big targets I've been using are Fav and Gord. That way we can just keep them in deck and get the most value. You can also do some fancy stuff if you pull out Naglais and then use a leader to call Fav and then dump the Shaping Nature straight onto Aglais. Just tons of points. But Sheldon does really have to receive those boosts while in hand in order to do the maximum damage. So anyway, really good value. I had just filmed a video. I thought it was not recording. We played against Skellige, Patricidal Fury, and lost by 1 point. So that was depressing, but I think certainly within a realm of possibility. So let's jump into a game, see what we can do. Have some fun with this. If you've noticed this week, I think it's kind of just like to cap off, if I was to recommend any of them, Organic Removal is probably, I'm not even really a Monsters fan, but that deck is pretty nuts. The Northern Realm Speed deck I think actually could be really good in just heads up play and regular ladder, just because shields are so valuable against the current meta of removal. Most players would have a hard time just dealing with a lot of the stuff that's out there. Also, Immortal Cavalry proc 2 units, which makes some other removal less valuable. So anyway, cool stuff you can do. I have not played against Enslave in quite a while. I have really enjoyed using it as Nilfgaard for the few times that I've played as Nilfgaard, but yeah. So we're only running one Dwarven Agitator and one Mahakam Defender. I found they work pretty well together, so we're going to go ahead and rely on those. Dryad's Crest, not superbly valuable here. They are helpful on Hamadryads, but I really want to try to get Sheldon or Aglais in hand, at least by mid-second round. And then he is rocking a 6-point Enslave, so we know basically he's running all tactics, nothing but tactics. Tactics all day. We'll go for Dormant Agitator here just to boost up this Mahakam Defender. So he plays for a little bit more value. So he'll come down and sit at 7 after his first turn, so pretty good there. Wish there was a better way of dealing with Hefty Helga, but I think we already kind of know we're going to be getting out of this round pretty quickly. I want to get out one of these Nature's Rebukes and force his Helga into using those points in a way he would not prefer to use them. Marching orders into Menno isn't the best choice, and I certainly wouldn't have used Helga straight up like this. Especially against Scoia'tael, the only removal that's really going to work against that Helga is either 2 procs of damage on 2 different turns, or more likely, wow, weird choices. More likely using poison. I mean, I don't really care to sit in this for any longer than I have to. Just trying to think if there's something else I wanted. And he's still got 2 charges locked and loaded. Let's see if we can get a boost on Hamadryad. I'd like her to be able to come out and not get straight up removed by a Tourney Joust. But I don't think that's going to happen here. At least we can get rid of a Tourney Joust. kind of loading more bullets in the chamber here. That enslave is also sitting pretty looming heavy. But I think I've also found, and this isn't so bad for me, but this deck is a little bit better when you aren't straight up out of cards, I guess. I don't know a better way to say that. We'll keep a tempering in deck. We don't need 2 Dryad's Caresses right now. Not against the tactics deck. Shaping Nature is better chained with Fauve and Aglais, but this is working out alright for us. Artorias.
The senses can be fooled easily. Discipline.
I see that Artorias is he does let you play those. Would have really liked one of these Circles of Life. Could use Call of the Forest to grab one. I don't think that's necessary. Instead, I'm going to focus getting out of Mahakam Defender. We're still in surplus until we get down to 7, so I'm pretty happy. Siri Nova, so everything is going to be under 9 points of value.
You've talked enough.
I haven't faced one of these. This is an interesting deck. We don't have Purify against that Siri, which is a little annoying, but not the end of the world. Let's go ahead and get out this Hamadryad. I think it's actually going to find better value this turn
From
than
you it
next
came,
turn.
to you it returns.
And if he wants to steal it, he can go for it. Alright. I don't mind terribly playing on blue coin. Several cards I would have preferred to have had. That wasn't the worst for us. We have Gourd in hand, so I think I'm going to use Leader to grab Fauve, so we'll put Shaping Nature back. We can keep these Circles of Life. The only thing I'm really worried about here is what a blue coin play would look like, but I think we'll use Isengrim's Council. We are missing Sheldon. So normally I would have used Isengrim's Council to pull out Ithleen. Just making sure my video is still recording. But since we already have Ithleen, I think we can use it, hopefully, to get this Sheldon. Although he's not going to be boosted at all, so we might instead want to use it to grab Fauve. Alright, well, we'll think about that as we get into this round a little deeper.
When the white frost comes, do not...
Just the Fauve with the Shaping Nature play, I think, will be our leader ability with Aglais. So then we can grab Barnabas. Skags is no longer of value, so maybe Dunka. Yeah, Isengrim's Council isn't the most valuable to us. So I think here she has 3 points of damage, and a boost to Aglais is worth 2 points 3 times.
Do something, anything. Run while you're still able.
Problem is, he has this enslave that he's likely going to use. Which we anticipated. You can use this Circle of Life on. May end up boosting Gourd, which would be unfortunate, but not the end of the world.
Oh,
there comes the boost. All right. So we need a Dryad and a Dwarf for Barnabas to find full value. Go down to 8, or this would go down to 6, which isn't quite enough.
Run while
Then
you're
8's
still
on
able.
both of those. Take the random boost. I was hoping that would go to Aglais, but we just don't have a lot of great options. Oh, some lucky draws here.
target acquired.
I don't think we really have much else that's going to buff anything in hand, so I think we go ahead and do this.
Lie still. You've not yet recovered.
Wait, yes, and he won't let us talk to strangers.
And you just want to go for the pure boost. And with that, we're back in it for now.
Not too shabby. Not shabby at all.
But unless I was worried about poisons, which I'm not in an enslaved deck, I wouldn't put Vilgefortz. Oh, brutal! It's not our day. Alright, at least we can max some value out of these. Proc the Harmony on the trained hawk. We can get out a Dryad's Caress. Probably on a Fleen just because she's tall enough that she can't get easily removed. Mildeck with Enslave. I have not seen that before, but a very interesting play. Blue Mountain Elite not finding value for him. Well, let's make sure we get full value out of that boost. And then we can remove Zarthesis with this Nature's Rebuke, boost up Forest Protector again. Oh. Losing that Aglais was brutal. We're basically gonna get like a dead Sheldon out of this Isengrim's Council. Keep our Forest Protector alive. Remove some enemy points. Sheldon will at least proc a Harmony on Trained Hawk, I guess. But we would have gotten that anyway from Gord, so. Kind of
I'll
unfortunate.
do what I can.
Jeez.
The only good human is a dead human.
Does come out boosted. Probably just go for Benedal Elite here. And Gord will come down at 15, so if he played nothing of value, we could stay in this, but not our game. I made some misplays here, I think. Especially with that Aglais too early. And misplayed with the Isengrim's Council. Not my greatest.
There'll be nothing to pick up when I'm done with you.
I guess I didn't realize that both Triss and Yen and Tibor were all 9s. Jeez, that's a brutal deck. I like that. That is interesting. All right, well, let's jump into another game. Maybe a little bit more normal. I was not prepared at all for that. I was thinking more along the lines of my Devoted Enslaved deck. But I like what I just saw. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to try to build that when I get some more shards. I'm still a little thin on some of those neutrals like Yen and Triss. We got plenty of time for another video. I guess it's the one big boost here. Okay, so we're going into what looks like an ethereal deck. Adrenaline Rush, really good heads-up play. Dwarven Agitator into Mahakam Defender into Adrenaline Rush works pretty well, especially against monsters, unless they're using Predatory Dive. But even then, you get Agitator out. So as long as Agitator doesn't get removed, you're doing well. This doesn't really find too much value. We don't need Gord, and we don't need Dryad's Caress. Wish this Enchanted Armor was playing a little bit better for us. Maybe we'll keep this Agitator and instead go for Enchanted Armor. Let's do that. Predatory Dive is just wrecking nerds lately, though.
I shall never be alone again.
Here, I just want to get Dunka boosted up so she can't be removed as easily.
Your blood will warm my bones.
We're gonna go ahead and pass here. We have a decent engine. If you were to throw down, if you go 7 points, we'd be at 20. So Ethereal wouldn't get him over the edge. Just kind of made a misplay with these fruits. I'm kind of guessing he didn't get the cards he's looking for, and this is kind of this is a pretty good anti-bleed deck. Just like to force him into a position where he has to be a little more thoughtful. He had to use this fruit though. Had he not played that, he would have lost. I think he was kind of regretting not having played it earlier. like to see Aglais or Sheldon. There we go. Sheldon's, I think, probably best with this Dwarven Agitator.
We've lived in isolation for too bloody long.
We're going into like a really long round. I actually do want Ethylene for that. So this is gonna be weird. This is gonna be a weird game. 2 weird games in a row for you guys. But let's see how it does in a long round. Honestly, everybody's been pushing up this season, so I haven't had much to do. Okay, so I need Harald. I can get... Man, this is bad. Okay, I don't think we need... Tempering's not going to be that valuable. That's not going to be valuable. And Trained Hawk is points, I guess, at this stage of the game, but... Oh, not good. Alright, we'll just get out Dunka and Hawker Smuggler. Start spreading the buffs. And looks like we're gonna be grabbing Gord with Leader.
Got business for me?
I'm just trying to point slam each other. Try to get these boosts on Hamadryad.
Sure, no problem.
When the white frost comes, do not eat the yellow snow.
Well, I think we'll grab this Call the Forest into Forest Protector. He plays for 12. Barnes plays, I guess he plays actually for 13 on that. Barnes will play for 13 as well. So it just comes down to what we want to do. This is 10 points. Well, we could get out the Treant and then boost it twice and have it use this Circle of Life. I think that's actually looking pretty good here. And both of those were more valued than Shaping Nature, so that's why we're going for it. But this way we can remove these Ethereals with Nature's Rebuke and boost up this Forest Protector. I guess Gord is going to come out with Isengrim's Council, so
Do not make me
maybe we'll
beg.
grab Trained Hawk. He is now boosted by 8. So just hope to get these boosts over so we can kill that Eskel Pathfinder.
Though trees live longer than humans, they need protection from
And Dryad's Crest just needs to eventually come down on this Hamadryad. He's now boosted by 10. Pathfinder's gonna come out. Although at this point we're just gonna let him get boosted up as much as he wants to get boosted up. Now starting to worry that we're about to see a Glusty Warp, which could be problematic. so much to control your fate. Symbiosis from that Hamadryad is also going to come valuable here. Lusty Warp finding great value on that Wandering Treant too. I probably would have waited. Just wait to see if he plays a 5. Let's do the math on this one. I don't think he'll ever get high enough to kill that Glusty Warp. That's probably where what our target's going to be. Eskel's just not worth enough points at this time. This just comes down to like who can point slam better than the other one. Getting super out. Not even sure what he ate there, but it's fine with me. Just get this out. There's no reason not to. Does give a tall unit that could be focused on for damage, but. Great value against that Osroll. Oh no, he might just get high enough, I think. Like, just gonna miss. Just gonna miss this Glusty. He could kill this Goliath. He'd lose 10. We'd pull out a 6. So it'd be 16 points, but right now he's doing 20, so that's not enough. I think Aglais is actually the better option. She's going to come out boosted by 2 here.
Drink this, you'll feel better.
Sheldon's still going to be a huge point swing here. Close, not all the way, but close. And it's a provision cost card, so we actually could have grabbed a special, but here I think this is the best option. Not out of the game by any means, although I think he's probably going to take it with some big play, but we'll just have to see. He has to make 15 points. Yurden finding excellent value against that Sheldon and Hamadryad. Should have thought about a Yurden play. But anyway, really close. I think we've seen some really close games. The first one I played totally wrong on because I did not expect what came at me. I'm gonna think about making that deck. This ethereal deck, I think he just had a little bit of advantage with Last Say. Had we had Last Say, I think we would have taken that actually. So that Yurden wouldn't have found 15 points of value against that Hamadryad alone. So, but thank you guys so much for joining me. Good luck on the path. Get out there and keep on gwenting.